Okay, it's early Saturday morning. You guys know I'm an early riser. I just took my bonnet off, and here is 2B. Now, she still smells funny to me. I didn't do anything about the smell yesterday. I was just too lazy. I just was like, I can't really do it. But the color, like I said, is phenomenal. Anyway, go and watch the original review of this wig if you're thinking about purchasing this wig. Now, I'm a different type of wig influencer. I actually want to talk about, let's do some wig therapy today. I want to talk about your preconceived notions about wigs. If you're thinking about trying one, but you're scared that trying a wig is going to change the way, people look at you, all right? I have been natural since 2004. And because of some health issues, I had to get into, I moved to a new state and I ended up having all these health issues. I think I was just completely allergic to the area, developed skin allergies, regular allergies, sinus issues, stuff I had never experienced. And this was like in my early 20s, right? So, it got to the point that even though I wore my hair braided all the time and I just had, beautiful hair, that I ended up having to get into like weaves because at one point my allergies took over when it came to my hair. My hair completely broke off. And then it was like either wear your hair in like a short afro, and I like versatility, or you're gonna have to start, doing like sew-ins. So I started doing sew-ins. I cried about it, but I pivoted, right? I pivoted. Now, wigs, I never thought I would get into, but by the time COVID happened, I was at the sew-in with the frontals phase, but I still didn't know how to maintain my own frontal. I didn't know how to do much of anything. But when COVID came, I'm locked in my apartment. I'm working from home for the first time, and I'm going through what I think the world was going through. Just a very depressive episode because we're living out our first pandemic in our lifetime. During that time period, I was just like, I don't know what I'm going to do about anything, but what am I going to do about my hair? First thing I did was undo my sew-in. That took me hours to like do by myself, like using my fingers and stuff. And once that was done, I was like, what am I going to do with my hair? So I jump on Amazon, and my mom and my sister, who are both baddies as well, they had already dibbled and dabbles with wigs, but they prefer shortcuts. And so, but I never thought it was for me. I just never thought it was for me. And given that I was in corporate America, there's not much I could do, right? I need to stay with the dark colors. I need to be not be a loud black woman at work, even in what I wear. Even though, just being a black woman already means you're and loud in corporate America. So, I got into wigs and I was actually pretty surprised. I started off with some Amazon wigs. The first year was a little interesting. First, I started with the wigs you could just drag on your head. Then I started to dibble and dabble with lace fronts. Well, towards the end of 2020, I had to have like surgery, and my personal life was falling apart. I'd never had health issues before, but here I am. Now I do. And we're still at the beginning of a pandemic. All that depression set in, and I just decided I was not just going to stay in my apartment and be unattractive to myself. A lot of people think that when women are, quote unquote, or appear to be high maintenance, that it's for the view of a man. No. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure my baby's father would just rather me wear my hair natural, but what he wants and what he desires really has nothing to do with me. He's not my husband. And even if he was, the Lord is my maker. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I wouldn't want to do something nice for him, but really it's about how I look and feel in my own body. So as I'm going through these depressive episodes, I'm trying wigs, I'm going from synthetic to human. I was on AliExpress getting robbed, not just financially, but like one of the vendors broke into my account. It was just a mess. But the whole point saying is I never thought wigs would be for me. And then when that depressive state really took over, I started to change my wig colors every day because I work from home. Even when we have meetings, we weren't on camera. So, sometimes meetings are super early. So I was just like, today I'm going to have blue hair. Today I'm going to have purple hair. And it's really changed who I am as a person. I feel like I am the wig whisperer, and I'm for you doing what works for you. I'm for you, whatever your self-care is, you figuring that out for yourself. But one thing I learned is every time I switch my wig, I feel like a different person. And maybe the next color or the next style is going to make me feel like I could take on the world. And sometimes we have to fake it until we make it. So I wanted to do some wig therapy with you on this Saturday morning and ask you, what are your concerns about wigs? Now, whether you are someone who likes glueless, you don't want to use sprays, jellies, whatever, glue, or you do use spray like I do. I very rarely use glue, but I'm also very lucky that I don't sweat in my hair. Like, my sweat pockets are like in between my thighs and under my big boobs. They're not in my head. I have some friends that sweat a lot in their head, so if they are going to wear wigs, they have to take it off every day. I have been blessed enough that I do not sweat like that in my hair, so I'm a lace front girly year round. Obviously, summer brings the biggest challenges, but year round, okay? So it definitely helped me with all the things that I was going through. I never thought I could learn how to do my own lace fronts. So that's the first tip, right? I get my hair professionally done once COVID hit. I should say like around 2022, I started getting my hair professionally done just only when I'm going on vacation. And then I would do my natural and my wigs myself, right? The YouTube girlies got me here. TikTok is not a great place to learn wig installation, melting your lace, cutting, plucking, bleaching, like whatever your thing may be. TikTok is not that place because a lot of times 10 minutes is not enough. So if you want to learn slowly, and it took me 5 years to get here. In the beginning, it was looking very not great, right? But I was making it work. If you want to get into it, you should definitely start off with YouTube. YouTube is the teacher of all teachers out of the social media. I think it's a great place to start. But when I do look for new wigs that I want to buy, TikTok tends to have more updated reviews about individual synthetic wigs I may, because I'm in my synthetic era, that I may be looking to buy. So, I guess my thing is, if you have some concerns about wearing wigs, not everybody, some people do wear it glueless and they just wear them behind their hairline. Some people love their glues because they want to keep it in for at least a week and change. It's just all going to depend. But whatever the stigma is about wigs, if you're saying to yourself, I just don't think I'm a wig girly, let me tell you something. I've had last minute events or something happen and I don't have time to make it to the hair salon, and baby, I hook myself up. If you're able to do that with your natural hair, then that's wonderful. But if you are thinking about branching out into wigs, don't let society put a stigma on you. Especially if you're a Black woman. Like, just don't do it. Your melanin is going to always enrich your life. Never, 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 never forget that your melanin is always going to enrich your life. I love trying color because things that they said weren't meant for us, like blonde, baby, we be in there and we be glowing. So I just want you to think, are you interested in wig therapy? Are the stigmas you have your own, or is it society's? What are some of your concerns? But I will tell you, even though I initially did not think I was a wig girly, to be able to get up and go and do my own and get my hair done, like if something comes up last minute, and to be able to help myself, it's like a beautiful feeling. And honestly, May was a really difficult month for me, and it is my birthday month. My birthday was on Wednesday, and these wig reviews have been keeping me going. Anyway, my 10 minutes is almost up. Please, let me know any questions and concerns you may have. Be blessed.